We are back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Big Plantation. I am Keith, your host, and we had quite a show so far. It's just blowing by. You know, the time flies by. That was an interesting conversation we had with Christopher Cantwell. You know, that's always up for debate. When do you start defending yourself, right? Next, we're gonna change the conversation a little bit. Singer-songwriter Tatiana Moroz, we're bringing her on. She's going to talk to us a little bit about her trip down to Chile and what projects she's got her hands in. Do we have her available? Yes. Can you go ahead and bring her on?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How you doing, Tatiana?
I'm good. I'm glad I can finally get through.
All righty. Yeah. So my question for you is, you know, you're down in Chile. I saw some post on Facebook. I thought you were down there vacationing. Are you full time down there now?
Yeah, I am.
So what's it like?
I mean, I just got here a week ago, so I don't know too much. But right now, I'm having an amazing empanada in a cool little place down in Viña del Mar, which is one of the beach towns that's not too far from the Gulch. So the Gulch is not quite ready for my I don't know, like I'm more of a city girl, so they're still building out there and stuff like that, but I'm really close to it, so I'm out there quite frequently, and that's what the project that I'm, I guess, a part of right now.
So I got a question for you. What affected your decision to go with that particular project and to actually leave the country? That had to be a pretty big step to take.
You know what? It just kind of happened. I feel like it was a little bit meant to be. They asked me to do their music for their new project, and I'm a big fan of Atlas Shrugged, and I thought that it was a really inspiring topic and a cool creative challenge. So I wrote the theme song, which if people want to hear it, it's on my YouTube, Forevermore Tatiana. But, you know, I came down to visit after I had written the song, and it just seemed like a really cool place I could be creative and sort of help build a utopian society, or as close as we can get to that.
Okay, I have another question for you. There's a spring celebration starting here on October 30th. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, yeah, sure. Basically, we're having a whole bunch of different Liberty talent come down. Bob Murphy is coming here by the end of the weekend. Luke Brodowski is going to be here. He's going to be creating content for We Are Change and also some stuff for the Gulch website. Angela Keaton from antiwar.com. We've got Ben Swan, of course, from benswan.com. Josh Tolley is going to be broadcasting his television, or rather radio show from here. What else do we have? Oh, and Jordan Page and I are going to be performing quite a bit. So it's sort of an event to introduce people to the land, let the purchasers who have already gotten in on the ground level pick out their lots, and just showcase what we have going on here. We're going to have different activities, including yoga, horseback riding, cooking classes, jeep tours, and of course tours of the land in general, as well as some hiking and biking and different cool stuff. So we're really excited. I think we're even going to do a karaoke night one of the nights. So it's going to be October 30th through November 4th.
Okay, well, yeah, so for our listeners, you can check that out at, I spelled it out earlier, it's GALTGULCH Chili.com. It's a tongue twister.
Actually, if you would permit me, it's actually Galtz, GALTS, Galtz Gulch Chili.
Okay,
so plural,
okay.
Or possessive rather, I guess.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a tongue twister, and like, you know, reading it, I guess, you know, I was wrong. I have another question. What would you say, you know of the Free State Project, what would you say this type of effort that you guys are doing down there, what would you say this differs from the Free State Project? Are you there? Tatiana? Michael?
I am here.
Apparently we lost her.
Guys, no, you didn't. My phone is just weird, so give me a second. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Basically, I mean, I'm a huge supporter of the Free State Project. I signed up, and I intend to move there when I have enough money to have 2 homes. But right now, I think that this project is it's cool because we've got a whole new market down here. It's a whole different environment, and we're a little bit flying under the radar. I think that the air quality and the food sources and the water was a lot cleaner in South America in general. So I think that's a little bit different. I don't know. I mean, it's like the sexy version of New Hampshire. Although New Hampshire is sexy in its own, like, burly mountain man kind of way, if that makes sense. You know?
Yeah, from the pictures, it looks absolutely beautiful. I mean, I've unfortunately never been able to leave the country, so, I couldn't tell you, but it looks gorgeous.
Yeah, it's absolutely stunning. I mean, I was out, I've been working so hard since I got here, but I live down by the beach, so I went across the street today and I sat by the water, and it was just so beautiful and peaceful. It's a really different environment, and I think it's a little bit less pressure than the United States for sure.
So, you also run the Same Side Entertainment Group, which we have a advertisement for here. If you kind of want to just give people an idea of what it is that you do with Same Side and how can people use your services.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Same Side Entertainment is basically, I believe, the first real Liberty talent agency. So what we do is we have a database of all the latest Liberty talent, including comedians, speakers, educators, musicians, etc. We even have web design people and photographers for events. And if you want to have a Liberty event, we'll try and keep you under budget. We can do negotiations with different talent, and I think that we get better rates than you would get necessarily asking on your own. And, it spawned because I had gone to a lot of different Liberty events, during the Ron Paul movement and everything, and I just felt bad when people would spend a lot of money and they wouldn't necessarily get the attendance that they wanted. I wanted to make sure that people kept having these events, so I felt that I could help streamline the process for people because, these are a lot of grassroots organizers. They don't necessarily know that you don't need to spend $30,000 for speaking, for a bunch of speakers, which if you have that budget, that's wonderful. But I think that you can do more customized events for people that reflects the needs of their community. So I think that Same Side is a really good resource for people.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds great because I can tell people from experience organizing the Sleep No More concert that it is just doing something like that is just a ridiculously immense undertaking and takes a lot of work. So if you have that kind of ambition and you have people available to you that can help you put it together, it's well worth it to go with people with experience because there is definitely a learning process involved in putting something like that together. So in closing, I'm going to have to ask you the same thing that we're asking everybody about tonight's theme. I mean, geez, you made such a huge change to your personal life leaving the country, so I can only imagine. But how has being involved with this liberty movement, this quest for truth and freedom, how has it affected your personal life and your personal relationships and things like that?
I mean, I think that it's a lot of how I define myself now. I feel that I'm able to give voice to something that rings true in the hearts of people all over the world. And there's really not much more that I can expect on myself as a musician. I think that the purpose of music is to uplift the populace and give people hope and different things like that. So because I believe so deeply in what we're trying to do here, I think that there's really nothing better that I could be doing other than raising awareness for this alternative to the slavery that we're exposed to now. And that I think we all feel inherently from a childhood. I think we all know kind of on some level that we're slaves. So I feel lucky that I'm able to represent freedom.
Well, those chains are definitely becoming more and more apparent, and I think people are starting to resent them more and more, and I couldn't agree with you more about the use for music and the role of music in this whole thing. So why don't you go ahead and give us another plug for your music? Where can people buy your album? Where can people listen to you?
Sure. People can go to TatianaMoroz.com. My YouTube is Forever More Tatiana. My Twitter is Queen Tatiana, and Facebook is Tatiana Moroz Music. People can also find out about Gulch Chile. We're having our event October 30th to November 4th. The tickets are still really inexpensive from the States. I don't know why, but they are. So if people want to come down, it's gulchchile.com.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you very much.
And also, samesideentertainment.com.
Samesideentertainment.com. All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us, Tatiana. I'm sure we'll be in touch. Good luck with everything down there in Chile. I hope you have a great time.
Thanks so much, guys. Come visit me down here anytime.
Who are these monsters inside my head? They give me uneasy feelings. They tell me go to sleep, just go to bed. But I'm awake and I'm not dreaming. What can I do to make a change? 'Cause I just wanna be free. I don't want a police state. I just want love and liberty.